Are you tired of waking up every single day with that heavy feeling in your head, your heart racing, feeling like something serious could happen at any moment? I know exactly what it's like to live with the constant fear of high blood pressure. Checking it multiple times a day and seeing those scary numbers. 150 over 100, 160 over 105, sometimes even higher. It's an anxiety that never leaves you alone, that steals your sleep, your peace of mind, your joy of living. You take your medications religiously, you try to watch your salt intake, but still your blood pressure keeps bouncing around like a roller coaster, and you feel powerless, hostage to this condition that threatens your life every single day. And the worst part is when you read about the risks: heart attack, stroke, kidney problems, vision loss, and the fear grips your chest even tighter. But what if I told you there's a natural solution so powerful that cardiologists around the world are recommending it, and it can start lowering your blood pressure significantly in just 7 days? I'm not talking about another expensive medication full of side effects. I'm talking about garlic oil, a natural compound that science has proven can dilate your blood vessels, reduce arterial stiffness, and normalize your blood pressure safely and effectively. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to reveal exactly how to use garlic oil, the right dose, the right timing, and why this method works so well. You'll wonder why your doctor never told you about it before. Before I continue with this information that could literally save your life, I need to make a very special invitation to you. If you're here, it's because you take your health seriously and you're looking for real solutions for your high blood pressure. And I want to walk alongside you on this journey. So subscribe to this channel right now and hit that notification bell. Here you'll find new videos every week with scientifically proven natural methods for hypertension. This isn't guesswork. This isn't a fad. This is serious information based on real studies, presented in a simple way so you can understand and apply it in your life. I spend hours studying scientific research, talking to experts, testing methods, all to bring you what actually works. And I share all of this here for free because I believe everyone deserves access to information that can improve and even save lives. So click subscribe now, because you're not alone in this battle against hypertension. Let's build a community together, of people who are reclaiming their health naturally and sustainably. Now let's get to what really matters. And I guarantee what you're going to learn in the next few minutes has the power to completely transform your relationship with high blood pressure. Garlic isn't new. Our grandparents already used it for everything. But what most people don't know is that how you consume garlic makes all the difference between getting extraordinary results or feeling nothing at all. And when I talk about garlic oil, I'm not talking about just any garlic oil you buy at the supermarket. I'm talking about a specific preparation, a concentrated form that preserves the most powerful compound in garlic, allicin, which is the secret behind all the cardiovascular benefits. Allicin is a sulfur compound that forms when you cut or crush fresh garlic. It's so powerful that it acts in multiple ways on your cardiovascular system, dilating blood vessels, reducing inflammation in the arteries, improving vascular elasticity, and even helping control cholesterol, which also contributes to high blood pressure. Impressive scientific studies show that allicin from garlic has a vacillating effect comparable to some blood pressure medications, but without the unpleasant side effects like dizziness, excessive fatigue, or sexual problems that many drugs cause. Let me explain exactly how allicin works in your body to lower blood pressure. Because when you understand the mechanism, you trust the method more and commit to doing it right. Allicin stimulates the production of a molecule called nitric oxide inside the cells that line your blood vessels. Nitric oxide is like a signal that tells the smooth muscle in arterial walls to relax and dilate. When your arteries are dilated, blood flows much more easily without needing as much pressure. It's like comparing pushing water through a narrow, rigid hose versus a wide, flexible hose. The resistance is much lower. Researchers at the University of Adelaide in Australia conducted an impressive study with 50 people who had uncontrolled hypertension, that blood pressure that won't come down even with medications. They gave aged garlic extract, which is rich in allicin, to these people for 12 weeks. The result was an average reduction of 10 points in systolic pressure, which is the top number, and 5 points in diastolic pressure, the bottom number. It may seem small, but in terms of cardiovascular health, this reduction decreases the risk of serious events like heart attack and stroke by 30 to 40%. And the most incredible thing is that the effects started showing up in the very first week of use. But allicin isn't the only powerful compound in garlic. There are other sulfur compounds like ajoine and saponins, that work in synergy with allicin, enhancing the effects. Ajoin, for example, has natural anticoagulant properties. It makes blood a little more fluid, less viscous, which also helps reduce pressure. But attention, this doesn't mean garlic will thin your blood dangerously like some anticoagulants do. It's a gentle, natural effect. Saponins, in turn, help reduce cholesterol absorption in the intestine. And as I mentioned, high cholesterol is closely linked to high blood pressure because it causes atherosclerosis, which is the hardening of arteries. So garlic is attacking hypertension from several different angles at the same time, and that's why it's so effective. There's a German study that followed 200 people with high blood pressure for 4 months. Half took garlic extract and half took placebo. In the garlic group, 70% of people had significant blood pressure reduction, compared to only 20% in the placebo group. This shows it's not a psychological effect. Garlic really works. Now you're probably wondering, okay, but how do I make this garlic oil that lowers blood pressure in 7 days? And this is where the secret that few people know lies. It's no use just swallowing whole garlic cloves or taking those cheap garlic capsules they sell at the pharmacy. Most of those capsules have dehydrated garlic that lost almost all the allicin in the manufacturing process. What you need is fresh garlic prepared in a specific way that preserves and even concentrates the allicin. I'm going to teach you the exact protocol that naturopathic cardiologists recommend and that has shown consistent results in patients with resistant hypertension. You'll need 6 large fresh garlic cloves, preferably purple garlic, which is more potent, but if you don't have it, regular garlic works. You'll also need 100 milliliters of good quality extra virgin olive oil, those darker ones with pronounced flavor, because these have more bioactive compounds that enhance garlic's effect. And you'll need a small jar with a lid, preferably amber or dark to protect from light. Now comes the preparation process, which is super important to do correctly. Take the 6 garlic cloves, peel and crush them with the side of a knife, or use a garlic press. It's essential to crush and not just cut, because the act of crushing breaks the garlic cells and activates an enzyme called alinase that transforms alin, which is inactive, into allicin, which is the powerful active compound. After crushing, let the garlic rest for 10 minutes. This time is crucial because it allows the allicin to form completely. Many people skip this step and lose a large part of the benefits. After those 10 minutes, place the crushed garlic inside the jar and add the olive oil. Close it well and let it macerate at room temperature, in a dark place, for 24 hours. That's right, you need to wait a full day for the allicin and other garlic compounds to transfer into the oil. After those 24 hours, strain the oil with a fine strainer or cheesecloth, squeezing the garlic well to extract all the liquid. Done, you have your therapeutic garlic oil ready to use. Store in the refrigerator in a dark glass jar and use within 7 days, because after that the allicin starts losing potency. Now comes the most important part: how to use this garlic oil to lower your blood pressure in 7 days. The protocol is simple but needs to be followed to the letter to work. First dose of the day, right after waking up, still on an empty stomach. You're going to take 1 tablespoon, which equals 15 milliliters, of this garlic oil. I know, the taste isn't the best. Garlic is strong, but you can handle it because you know you're doing something powerful for your health. If the taste is too intense for you, you can mix it with a little lemon juice or take it and then chew a fresh mint leaf to freshen your mouth. But don't mix with hot water because heat destroys allicin. After taking it, wait at least 30 minutes before eating anything. This fasting time is essential for optimal absorption of the garlic compounds. During these 30 minutes, the components of garlic oil go straight into your bloodstream without competition from other foods, and start working dilating your vessels, relaxing the arteries, and reducing pressure. The second dose of the day should be taken in the late afternoon, between 5 and 6 p.m., which is exactly when many people with high blood pressure have spikes, especially those who work and accumulate stress during the day. At this time, take another tablespoon of garlic oil, preferably at least 2 hours after lunch or afternoon snack. This afternoon dose is strategic because it will act during the night, keeping your vessels relaxed and preventing those nighttime blood pressure spikes that are so dangerous. Many people have what we call nocturnal hypertension, when blood pressure rises during sleep, and it's precisely during this period that most heart attacks and strokes happen. Garlic oil taken in the late afternoon works as natural protection during sleeping hours. And there's an additional secret that multiplies the results. If you really want to boost the effect of garlic oil, Add a tiny pinch of ground cayenne pepper to it before taking. Pepper has capsaicin, which is another potent vasodilator, and studies show that the combination of allicin with capsaicin has a synergistic effect, meaning one enhances the other. I'm talking about a very small amount of pepper, equivalent to the size of your pinky fingernail, because pepper is strong. But at this dose, the combination is simply extraordinary for lowering blood pressure. Now I need to tell you what happens in your body during these first 7 days using the garlic oil protocol. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, results vary from person to person depending on your initial blood pressure level, whether you use medications, whether you have other health conditions, your diet and lifestyle. But there's a common pattern that most people experience. On the first day, you probably won't feel much difference in blood pressure, but you may notice a gentle warming sensation in your body, especially in your extremities, which is a sign that vessels are starting to dilate and blood is circulating better. Some people report a slight tingling sensation in hands and feet, which is completely normal and passes quickly. Between the second and third day, allicin is accumulating in your system and starting to have a more noticeable effect. Many people can already measure a small reduction in blood pressure, something between 3 to 5 points. If your pressure was at 150/95, you might see it drop to 145/92, for example. It may seem small, but it's a promising start that shows your body is responding. Between the 4th and 5th day, the effects intensify. Allicin is already at constant therapeutic levels in the blood. Vessels are more relaxed and elastic, and most people measure more significant reductions. Between 7 to 10 points in systolic and 4 to 6 points in diastolic. At this stage, it's common for people to report that they're sleeping better, waking up more energized, with fewer headaches. Less heavy feeling in the head. These are indirect signs that blood pressure is improving. On the 6th and 7th day, which is the end of the first week, results generally reach their peak. Studies show that at the end of 7 days of consistent use of concentrated garlic compounds, the average blood pressure reduction is between 10 to 15 points in systolic and 6 to 9 points in diastolic. Of course, this isn't an absolute rule. Some respond more, others less. But the vast majority see significant improvements that are measurable and clinically relevant. And most importantly, these results are just the beginning. If you continue using garlic oil for 30, 60, 90 days, the benefits accumulate and consolidate. Your vessels become healthier and healthier, chronic inflammation decreases, and blood pressure control gets better and more stable. But I need to warn you about some common mistakes people make when using garlic oil for high blood pressure, which end up sabotaging the results. First mistake, using old garlic or garlic that's already sprouting. When garlic starts sprouting, it loses a large part of the allicin and active compounds. Always use fresh garlic, firm, without spots and without sprouts. Second mistake, not crushing the garlic before putting it in oil, just chopping or cutting. As I explained, crushing is essential to activate the enzyme that produces allicin. Third mistake, not waiting the 24 hours of maceration. Some people prepare the oil and want to use it the same day. It doesn't work that way. You need to give time for the compounds to transfer into the oil. Fourth, very common mistake, taking garlic oil with meals. When your stomach is full, absorption is much lower and benefits are drastically reduced. Always take on an empty stomach or at least 2 hours after eating. Fifth mistake, making a large batch of garlic oil and storing it for weeks. Allicin degrades over time, so prepare only enough for 7 days and then make a fresh batch. And there's another serious mistake that can even be dangerous. Some people think if a little is good, a lot is better, and take excessive doses of garlic oil thinking it will lower blood pressure faster. This is a serious mistake. Very high doses of garlic can cause severe gastric irritation, heartburn, nausea, and in extreme cases, even bleeding because garlic has an anticoagulant effect. The dose I recommended, 2 tablespoons per day of garlic oil prepared with 6 cloves for 100 milliliters of oil, is the safe and effective therapeutic dose based on scientific studies. Don't exceed this without guidance from a health professional. And if you already take anticoagulants like warfarin or other blood-thinning medications, talk to your doctor before starting to use garlic oil in therapeutic doses, because the combination can enhance the anticoagulant effect too much. You know, there's a question everyone asks me at this point. Can I use garlic oil along with my blood pressure medications? The answer is yes, you can and should, but always with medical supervision. Garlic oil doesn't interfere negatively with most antihypertensives. Actually, it can improve their effectiveness because it's attacking hypertension through complementary mechanisms. Your medications do one job, garlic oil does another, and together the control gets better. But there's an important situation you need to know about. If you take several blood pressure medications, especially more potent ones, like calcium channel blockers or ACE inhibitors, and add garlic oil, which is also potent, blood pressure might drop more than expected. That's why it's essential to monitor your blood pressure every day, at least 3 times a day for the first 7 days, and write everything down. If you notice blood pressure dropping too much, going below 110/70, or if you feel dizzy, excessive weakness, talk to your doctor immediately. It may be necessary to adjust medication doses. And that's great. It means garlic oil is working so well, you might even reduce medications, but always with medical guidance. Now I want to tell you about something I discovered studying garlic research that really impressed me. Garlic doesn't just lower blood pressure, it protects your organs from damage caused by hypertension. Prolonged high blood pressure causes damage to the heart, making it enlarge and become less efficient. It causes kidney damage, impairing filtration and potentially leading to kidney failure. It causes brain damage, increasing risk of dementia and cognitive problems. And it causes eye damage, potentially leading to vision loss. Garlic has powerful antioxidant properties that protect all these organs against hypertension damage. Animal studies showed that those who received garlic extract along with induced hypertension had much less cardiac, kidney, and brain damage compared to those who didn't receive it. This means that even while you're working to lower your blood pressure, garlic is already protecting your vital organs against the damage that high blood pressure causes. It's double protection. It reduces pressure and protects the body at the same time. But wait, I haven't told you yet about the secret trick that triples the effects of garlic oil, so pay close attention now. If you want even faster and more pronounced results, you can make what I call turbocharged garlic oil. In addition to the 6 garlic cloves, you're going to add 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, also known as curcuma, to the maceration. Turmeric has curcumin, which is one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatories that exist, and chronic inflammation is one of the main factors behind hypertension. When you combine allicin from garlic with curcumin from turmeric in the same oil, you create a powerful synergy. Studies show this combination can reduce inflammatory markers by up to 60%. And consequently blood pressure responds even better. People who use turbocharged garlic oil with turmeric report blood pressure reductions of 15 to 20 points in just 1 week, which is extraordinary. To make it, the process is the same I already taught. Just add the turmeric along with the crushed garlic in the olive oil. Let it macerate 24 hours, strain and use the same way. Now I need to pause here for a moment and ask you an important question. Are you enjoying this information? Are you seeing how correct knowledge can change your life? Then comment down below, right now. You can write something like, "My blood pressure is such and I'm going to start garlic oil today." Go ahead, right now, because when you declare this publicly, you're making a commitment to yourself. You're telling the universe that you're determined to take care of your health. And you know what else? Your comment will inspire other people who are reading and who are still doubting whether it's worth trying. When someone sees there are other people in the same situation, in the same fight, it gives strength and courage to start. So comment there, don't be shy. Everyone here knows what it's like to suffer with high blood pressure. We're a family, a community that supports each other. And while you comment, I'll continue showing you powerful secrets about garlic oil. There's a fascinating thing about garlic that science recently discovered that explains why it's so effective for high blood pressure. Garlic increases the production of hydrogen sulfide in the body. I know, the name is strange and you're probably thinking that hydrogen sulfide is that stinky rotten egg gas. And it is, but in tiny doses produced naturally by the body, it has very important functions. Hydrogen sulfide is a cellular signaling molecule that regulates blood pressure, dilates blood vessels, and protects the heart. People with hypertension generally have low levels of hydrogen sulfide. Garlic provides the sulfur compounds that the body uses to produce more hydrogen sulfide, normalizing levels and consequently normalizing pressure. Researchers at the University of Alabama did experiments showing that when they gave garlic sulfur compounds to animals with hypertension, hydrogen sulfide production increased by 40% and pressure dropped proportionally. This opens an incredible perspective that garlic isn't just treating symptoms, It's correcting a fundamental biochemical deficiency that causes hypertension. Now let's talk about how long you need to use garlic oil to have lasting results and not just that temporary improvement from the first 7 days. The truth is that, like any natural intervention, garlic works on 2 levels. In the short term, it provides that quick pressure reduction you measure in the first week. But the real power of garlic appears in the medium and long term, when consistent use starts to repair vascular damage, reduce chronic inflammation, improve endothelial function, and help your body recover the natural ability to regulate pressure. My recommendation based on scientific studies is that you commit to using garlic oil for at least 90 days, 3 full months. In the first 7 to 14 days, you'll see those initial pressure reductions that already give hope and motivation. Between 15 and 45 days, blood pressure starts stabilizing at lower levels consistently. It doesn't go up and down as much. And after 60 to 90 days, the benefits consolidate. Many people manage to reduce medications with medical supervision, and some even achieve complete blood pressure control with lifestyle changes, including garlic oil. But there's something fundamental I need to make very clear to you. Garlic oil is powerful, studies prove it, results are real, but it's not a magic pill in isolation. If you continue eating junk, ultra-processed foods full of sodium, fried foods, sweets, sodas, if you don't do any physical activity, if you live stressed without taking care of your mental health, garlic oil will help, yes, but results will be limited. Think of it this way, you're in a leaky boat that's sinking. Garlic oil is like bailing water out of the boat with a bucket, it helps a lot. But if you don't plug the holes, you keep sinking, just slower. The ideal is for garlic oil to be part of a bigger transformation in your life. Reduce salt to maximum 5 grams per day. Completely eliminate industrialized foods that are hidden sodium bombs. Greatly increase consumption of vegetables, fruits, whole grains. Do at least 30 minutes of walking 5 times a week. Practice deep breathing or meditation to control stress. Sleep well at least 7 to 8 hours per night. When you combine garlic oil with these fundamental changes, that's when results are truly life-transforming. Let me share with you some real cases of people who used the garlic oil protocol and had results that even doctors were impressed by. The first case is of a 52-year-old man, I'll call John. He had hypertension for 8 years, took 2 different medications, and even so his blood pressure kept oscillating between 155/100 and 165/105, which is stage 2 hypertension, quite serious. His cardiologist was considering adding a 3rd medication when John decided to try natural methods first. He started the garlic oil protocol I taught, 2 tablespoons a day, one on empty stomach and another in late afternoon. In addition, he radically cut salt, stopped eating out where food is always very salty, and started walking 40 minutes every day. In 7 days, his pressure had already dropped to 145/95. In 30 days, it was at 135/88. And in 90 days, it reached 128/82, which is considered normal blood pressure. The doctor was so impressed, he reduced one of his medications by half and said if he maintained those numbers for another 3 months, they could think about removing that medication entirely. John today, 6 months later, is on just one medication at low dose and stable blood pressure below 130/85. The second case that really touched me was of a 68-year-old woman, I'll call Mary. She had hypertension for 15 years, took 3 different types of medications, and even so her blood pressure wouldn't control properly, staying between 150/95 and 160/100. She had already suffered a mini-stroke, what they call transient ischemic attack, and lived terrified of having another stroke. Mary started using turbocharged garlic oil, that one with turmeric I taught, and at the same time made profound changes in her diet. Started eating much more vegetables, eliminated refined sugar and industrialized products. Her results were slower than John's because the hypertension was older and more severe, but they happened. In 2 weeks, blood pressure dropped to 145/95. In 2 months, it was at 138/90. And today, 4 months later, she maintains blood pressure at 135/88. Still not ideal, but it's a huge improvement considering she had resistant hypertension. Her cardiologist managed to completely remove one of the 3 medications and reduce the dose of another. Mary says she feels reborn, with much more energy, less fear, more hope. And there's Peter's case, 45 years old, who had high blood pressure for only 2 years but was already at 160/105. He's a truck driver, lives stressed, ate poorly on the road, didn't do physical activity. The doctor had prescribed medication, but Peter wanted to avoid it, so he tried the garlic oil protocol with all the lifestyle changes. It was difficult at first because he needed to change very ingrained habits, bring packed lunch on the road, stop eating chips and sodas, take walks at rest stops. But he persisted, used garlic oil religiously every day. In 10 days, blood pressure dropped to 150/98. In 1 month it was at 140/92, and in 3 months, 132/85, which is considered prehypertension, almost normal. Peter managed to avoid medications completely, and today maintains controlled blood pressure only with garlic oil and lifestyle changes. He says he completely changed his relationship with health, learned to truly take care of himself. These real cases show something fundamental. Garlic oil works, but it works better when the person is truly committed, when it's part of a real life change. There's no shortcut, there's no magic, but there is a powerful natural tool that, combined with determination and consistency, can completely transform your blood pressure control. And the best news is you can start today. You don't need to wait for anything. You don't need a prescription. You don't need to spend a fortune. All you need is fresh garlic, olive oil, and determination to follow the protocol properly for at least 7 days to see first results, and ideally for 90 days to have consolidated and lasting results. Now I need to tell you about some extra benefits of garlic oil that go way beyond lowering blood pressure. Garlic is one of the most studied foods by science, and the benefits are impressive. First, garlic has potent antimicrobial effect. It fights bacteria, viruses, and fungi naturally. This means that while you're using garlic oil for blood pressure, you're also strengthening your immunity, getting more protected against infections. Second, garlic significantly improves cholesterol profile. Studies show reduction of up to 15% in total cholesterol and up to 20% in triglycerides with regular garlic use. Since cholesterol and high blood pressure are closely linked, this additional benefit further enhances cardiovascular control. Third, garlic has proven anti-cancer properties. Research shows people who consume garlic regularly have lower incidence of various types of cancer, especially of the digestive tract. So you're protecting your heart and preventing cancer at the same time. Fourth, incredible extra benefit of garlic is improvement in cognitive function and protection against dementia. Garlic increases blood flow to the brain and protects neurons against oxidative stress. Studies suggest regular garlic consumption may reduce risk of Alzheimer's and other dementias. And considering that hypertension is an important risk factor for dementia, garlic is protecting you doubly, controlling pressure and protecting the brain. Fifth benefit, garlic improves bone health. Studies in menopausal women showed garlic consumption increases estrogen levels and reduces bone loss, decreasing osteoporosis risk. Sixth benefit, garlic improves physical performance and reduces fatigue. Athletes who consume garlic before exercise report better performance and less tiredness, probably because garlic improves tissue oxygenation. So you're gaining much more than just blood pressure control, you're gaining whole body health. There's a question some people ask that's important to answer. What about garlic smell? I won't lie to you, garlic oil has a strong smell, yes, and after consuming it, you'll exhale a bit of that odor through breath and pores. But there are ways to minimize this significantly. First tip, always take garlic oil followed by chewing fresh mint or parsley leaves, which neutralize much of the odor. Second tip, take it at strategic times, in the morning before leaving home and at night before bed, avoiding social commitments right after. Third tip, drink plenty of water throughout the day. This helps dilute and eliminate the sulfur compounds that cause smell. Fourth tip, if smell really is an unbearable problem for you, there are good quality aged garlic capsules on the market that have the active compounds but with greatly reduced smell. Look for brands that specify the amount of allicin or sulfur compounds, because many cheap capsules don't have effective amounts. The equivalent dose would be about 600 to 900 milligrams of aged garlic extract per day. It's not as effective as the fresh oil I taught you to make, but it's a viable alternative if smell is prohibitive. Now let's talk about the powerful combination of garlic oil with other foods and natural supplements that further enhance results for high blood pressure. The first champion combination is garlic oil with hibiscus. Hibiscus tea is provenly effective at lowering blood pressure, so if you drink a cup of warm hibiscus tea in the morning along with garlic oil, the effects add up. Second potent combination is garlic oil with magnesium. Magnesium is an essential mineral that relaxes blood vessels, and many people with hypertension are deficient in it. Taking 300 to 400 milligrams of chelated magnesium per day along with garlic oil can result in even greater blood pressure reductions. Third combination is garlic oil with good quality omega-3. Omega-3 has anti-inflammatory effect and also helps lower blood pressure. Taking 2 grams of omega-3 per day, along with the garlic oil protocol, is an unbeatable duo for cardiovascular health. And the fourth combination that works very well is garlic oil with coenzyme Q10. Coenzyme Q10 is fundamental for energy production in heart cells, and several studies show supplementation with 100 to 200 milligrams per day reduces blood pressure. Combined with garlic oil, results are even better. But attention, if you're going to combine garlic oil with several supplements at once, it's essential to talk with a doctor or nutritionist to ensure there are no problematic interactions and that doses are appropriate for your specific case. Don't go taking everything at once without guidance. The ideal is to start only with garlic oil. See how your body responds for 7 to 14 days, and then, if necessary, add one supplement at a time, waiting at least a week between each addition so you can assess the individual effect of each one. This gradual and conscious approach is much safer and more effective than randomly taking a bunch of things at once without control. There's an aspect of garlic oil that's frequently overlooked but is extremely important, especially for those who've had high blood pressure for a long time. Garlic helps reverse cardiac remodeling caused by hypertension. When you have high blood pressure for years, your heart needs to work much harder to pump blood against this elevated pressure. Over time, the heart muscle thickens, the heart chambers change size. What we call left ventricular hypertrophy happens, which is the thickening of the left ventricle wall. This is dangerous because a hypertrophied heart is less efficient, has higher risk of arrhythmias, heart failure, and sudden death. The good news is that studies show garlic, through its sulfur compounds and antioxidant effects, can help partially reverse this cardiac remodeling. In experiments with animals that had hypertension and cardiac hypertrophy, those who received garlic extract for 12 weeks had significant reduction in heart wall thickness, improving cardiac function. This means garlic oil isn't just lowering your blood pressure, it's literally helping to heal the damage that high blood pressure has already caused to your heart. And there's another cardiovascular benefit of garlic that's fascinating. Garlic improves endothelial function, which is the dilation and contraction capacity of blood vessels. The endothelium is that thin layer of cells that lines the inside of all your vessels, arteries, and veins. When the endothelium is healthy, your vessels can dilate easily when necessary, allowing blood to flow without excessive pressure. But years of hypertension, inflammation, high cholesterol, diabetes, all this damages the endothelium, making vessels rigid and less responsive. Garlic, through allicin and other compounds, stimulates nitric oxide production by endothelial cells, improves receptor sensitivity, and reduces oxidative stress that damages these cells. Studies using high-resolution ultrasound show people who consume garlic regularly have significant improvement in flow-mediated dilation, which is the gold standard test to assess endothelial function. In practical terms, this means your vessels become younger, healthier, more flexible, which translates to better blood pressure control and lower overall cardiovascular risk. Now I need to tell you about a revolutionary study that was recently published showing garlic's impressive power for resistant hypertension, which is that blood pressure that won't come down even with 3 or more different medications. Australian researchers took 88 people with uncontrolled hypertension, despite taking medications, and gave half of them standardized aged garlic extract and the other half placebo for 12 weeks. In the group that received garlic extract, systolic blood pressure dropped an average of 10 points and diastolic 5 points, compared to reduction of only 2 points in the placebo group. The most incredible thing is that 70% of people in the garlic group managed to reach the blood pressure goal below 140/90, compared to only 30% in the placebo group. And nobody reported serious side effects, only a few with mild gastric discomfort that passed with dose adjustment. Researchers concluded that garlic should be considered a standard adjuvant therapy for resistant hypertension, meaning it should be routinely recommended along with medications. But unfortunately, due to commercial issues and lack of interest from the pharmaceutical industry, this recommendation hasn't become common practice yet. But you now know, you have this powerful information, and you can start using it today. Speaking of scientific studies, there's a very important meta-analysis that was published in a high-impact scientific journal that analyzed the results of 20 different studies on garlic and blood pressure, totaling over 900 participants. The conclusion was that garlic significantly reduces both systolic and diastolic blood pressure in people with hypertension, with more pronounced effect in those with higher initial blood pressure. The average effect was reduction of 8.4 points in systolic and 7.3 points in diastolic, which is comparable to many first-line medications for hypertension. And most importantly, garlic's safety profile is excellent, with very rare side effects and almost always mild. This places garlic as one of the natural interventions with best scientific evidence for hypertension, along with salt reduction, weight loss, and physical exercise. So this isn't nonsense, this isn't guesswork, it's solid science supporting what I'm teaching you here. But I need to be totally honest with you about something. Garlic oil doesn't work the same way for everyone. There's individual variability in response. Some respond very well and get dramatic blood pressure reductions. Others respond moderately, and a small minority responds little or almost nothing. This has to do with genetics, with the specific type of hypertension the person has, with other present health conditions, with medications the person uses, with overall diet. There's nothing that works 100% for 100% of people. Not even the most potent drugs work for everyone. What I can guarantee you is that the probability of you responding well to garlic oil is high. Studies show about 70 to 80% of people have significant response. And even if you're in the 20 to 30% who respond less, you'll still have some benefit, even if smaller. And considering garlic oil is cheap, safe, and brings several other health benefits besides lowering blood pressure, it's very worth trying. You have nothing to lose and a lot to gain. Now let's talk about specific precautions and contraindications of garlic oil, because transparency and safety are fundamental. First situation, people with active gastric ulcer or severe gastritis. Garlic can irritate stomach lining in people with these conditions. If you have gastric problems, start with very small doses, half a teaspoon, and see how your stomach reacts. If you feel strong burning or pain, suspend and talk to your doctor. Second situation, people who will have surgery soon. Garlic has anticoagulant effect and can increase bleeding risk during and after surgeries. If you have scheduled surgery, suspend garlic oil at least 7 to 10 days before and only resume after medical clearance. Third situation, people with bleeding disorders like hemophilia. Garlic's anticoagulant effect can be problematic in these cases. Always consult your hematologist before using. Fourth situation, people taking potent anticoagulants like warfarin, ribadoxaban, or dabigatran. The combination with garlic can enhance the effect too much, increasing bleeding risk. If you take these medications and want to use garlic oil, talk to your doctor. It may be necessary to adjust anticoagulant dose and do more frequent coagulation monitoring. Fifth situation, people with untreated or poorly controlled hypothyroidism. Garlic in very high doses can interfere with thyroid function in some sensitive people. If you have thyroid problems, use garlic oil at the doses I taught, don't overdo it. And monitor your hormone levels with your endocrinologist. Sixth situation, pregnant and breastfeeding women. Although garlic in food amounts is safe in pregnancy and breastfeeding, high therapeutic doses like garlic oil don't have sufficient safety studies in these populations. If you're pregnant or breastfeeding and want to use garlic oil for blood pressure, talk to your obstetrician first. And the seventh situation, people with garlic allergy, which is rare but exists. If you have proven allergy to garlic or other allium family plants like onion, leek, chives, obviously you shouldn't use it. Outside these specific situations, garlic oil is safe for the vast majority of people when used at the correct doses I taught. And now I want to share with you some practical strategies for you to maintain garlic oil use long-term. Because one of people's biggest difficulties is consistency. First strategy, create a ritual. Associate garlic oil with an activity you already do every day without fail, like brushing teeth or having coffee. For example, leave the garlic oil jar next to your toothbrush, so every morning when you go to brush your teeth, you see the oil. Remember to take it first. Second strategy, set reminders on your phone. Configure 2 alarms, one for morning time and another for late afternoon, with motivational message like, time to take care of my blood pressure, time to take care of my health. Third strategy, prepare garlic oil always on the same day of the week. For example, every Sunday night you prepare next week's batch. Turn this into a habit, a self-care ritual. Fourth strategy, have a visible blood pressure diary. Stick on the refrigerator or somewhere you see every day a spreadsheet where you record your blood pressure daily. Seeing numbers improving over weeks is the greatest motivation that exists to continue. Fifth strategy, get an accountability partner. It can be your spouse, a friend, a family member, someone who also has high blood pressure or wants to support you. Tell each other every day if you took garlic oil, share blood pressure measurement results. Having someone you're committed to greatly increases adherence rate. Sixth strategy, celebrate small victories. Every point your blood pressure drops is a victory worth celebrating. Don't wait to reach perfect blood pressure to celebrate. Celebrate progress, the process. And the seventh strategy, always have garlic at home. Buy garlic for 2 or 3 weeks, store it well, never run out. Because if one day you wake up and don't have garlic at home, you break the consistency chain and it's harder to resume. Plan ahead, always have garlic available. You know, I want to talk now about something that goes way beyond blood pressure. About how the simple act of using garlic oil can transform your relationship with your own health. When you start taking responsibility for your health, when you stop being a passive victim of circumstances and become an active protagonist of your healing, something changes profoundly inside you. You recover your personal power, your self-esteem improves, you feel more confident, more in control of your life. And this has cascading effects in all areas, not just physical health. Many people tell me that when they started using garlic oil and saw blood pressure results, this was the trigger for other positive changes. They started eating better, exercising, sleeping better, taking care of emotions. It's like garlic oil was the first domino piece that knocks down all the others, initiating a complete life transformation. So what I'm offering you here isn't just a method to lower blood pressure. It's a gateway for you to reconnect with your body, with your health, with your self-healing power. And there's something else I need to tell you before finishing. The current healthcare system is broken in many ways. Doctors overloaded with 10-minute appointments, no time to educate patients, no incentive to recommend natural methods because there's no profit in it. Pharmaceutical industry focused on selling expensive drugs instead of promoting prevention and cure. You can't expect this system to take care of you, you need to take care of yourself. And this doesn't mean rejecting medicine, medications, doctors. It means being an active, questioning, informed participant. It means seeking knowledge, testing proven natural methods, working in partnership with your doctor instead of being a passive receiver of prescriptions. Garlic oil is a powerful tool on this health autonomy journey. It's something you can do for yourself, that doesn't depend on prescription, health insurance, anyone's authorization. You have power in your hands, literally. You take the garlic, prepare the oil, take it and see results happening. This is real empowerment. So here's my challenge to you. Commit now, in this moment, to do the 7-day garlic oil test. Just 7 days, it's not much time. Buy garlic today still, prepare the oil tonight, start tomorrow morning. Measure your blood pressure today before starting, write it down. Measure every day for these 7 days, morning, afternoon and evening if possible, and write everything down. On the 7th day, compare numbers with the first day. I'm certain you'll see difference, you'll see improvement, and when you see it, you'll believe, you'll get excited, you'll want to continue. And then 7 days becomes 30 days, becomes 90 days, becomes a lifestyle, but it all starts with the decision to begin, to take the first step. And that first step you can take now, today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because every day that passes with your uncontrolled blood pressure is a day of risk. It's a day your organs are suffering damage. You don't have time to waste, your health can't wait. The time to act is now. And if this video helped you, if you learned something valuable that can change your life, leave that like down below right now. The like is important because it helps YouTube show this content to more people who are also suffering with high blood pressure and need this information. You're not just helping me, you're helping other people find hope, find solution. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now and hit that bell. Every week I bring new content about hypertension, natural methods, nutrition. Always based on science, always clearly and applicably. And comment down below. Tell me what your current blood pressure is and if you're going to start the garlic oil protocol today. I read all comments and whenever possible respond with specific guidance. Let's create here a community of people who are beating hypertension together, supporting each other, sharing experiences and results. Before I say goodbye, I want to leave a final message of hope and motivation for you. It doesn't matter how long you've had high blood pressure. It doesn't matter how high your blood pressure is now. It doesn't matter how many times you've tried and failed to control it. Today is a new day. You have a new tool, new information, a new chance. Garlic oil is here, proven by science, tested by thousands of people, ready to help you in this battle. All you need to do is start. Take the first step. Crush that first garlic clove and put it in olive oil. And then continue, one day after another, with faith, with determination, with consistency. Your body has extraordinary healing power. It just needs the right tools and necessary time. Garlic oil is one of those tools. Use it wisely, consistently, with hope. I believe in you. I believe in your healing potential. I believe you can regain control of your blood pressure and your health. You're not alone on this journey. I'm here. This channel is here. This community is here to support you every step of the way. So take a deep breath, believe in yourself, and let's go together toward victory against hypertension. Your life, your health, your future, all of this is worth fighting for. See you in the next video with more powerful content for your cardiovascular health. A strong hug, and God bless you on this healing and transformation journey.